Um, so today we'll be looking at pointers and reference. So our first topic will be pointers. So let's see what pointers are. So let's say pointers. So we say pointers. Let's say they are simple symbolic symbolic representation of addresses or memory addresses. So they enable the program to simulate, let's say, what we call by reference, create or manipulate dynamic data. So we say pointers for the address of variables or memory locations. So addresses of what variable or what memory locations. So basically that's what pointers are. So let's look at some example of pointers and how we can use pointers. So in order to define a pointer, we said when the data type, say the data type, then we use the asterisk, then to bring the variable name. So this is basically how we define a pointer in C++. So let's see how we can write some simple code for this. So we have int x, say x is equals to 10, and then we can create our pointer and we call it int pointer. Then let's, for example, let's see out. Let's see the value of x. So let's see the value of x. Print x. And now after that, let's now assign the value to. Let's assign the address of the value to this pointer. So to address it, we use the sign. Yeah. Try to take the address of the value here, the value that we with the variable value that we store here. So we use the sign. So here let's print out the value of the pointer. So there are different ways we can print out. So this one we have this, we have this. So this one will give us the address. So instead of saying value here, let's say address, and this one will be the value. And this one will give us the value of pointer. So let's run this and see what we get. So here we get the address in which the x value is stored in, and then we get what here we get the value. So bringing the asterisk before the pointer name will give us what the value or what we call dereferencing. Yeah. So we say that we declare an integer variable called x and we initialize it with the value of what 10, and then we declare another pointer variable named int pointer. Then the memory address of x is assigned to what? The memory address of this x is assigned to this int pointer. Then we print the value of x to see what we have, the value that we have passed to it, and then we also print the value of the pointer to see what the address, this address that we have passed to this pointer. So let's say what are the applications or maybe um, places where we can use pointers in C++. So let's say for example if you want to pass an argument by reference, you can use pointers for accessing array elements, return multiple values, dynamic memory allocation, to implement data structures, and to do some system level programming. So we can use pointers. Yeah. So but let's see places where like examples of how we can use pointers pointers in game development. So pointers in game so say as we explained already, we said a pointer stored the memory address. It's like a note telling you where to find something specifics in your game memory. So that is an example of it. So let's say use cases of this in game development. So example use cases is let's say dynamic memory allocations. So we can create enemies or items at runtime using the new and store the addresses with pointers. So this would allow us to have flexible number of objects in the game. We have component based system. So like many engines use pointers to link components like physics and rendering to gain objects. This allows for like modularity and usability. And we have what data structures as we already said. And also some of the things to consider with pointers is memory management. You know, because you are using raw pointers, you have to manage the memory manually. So like deleting objects when you create them with new using the delete keyword. So like if you don't delete them, there will be what we call it will like memory leaks will occur in your code. And we have null pointers. So if you have a pointer that is not being assigned, then you can use null pointers. One disadvantage of using pointers to raw pointers is that it can make the code hard to debug, very hard to debug. So let's go to some examples of let's see how we can also use references. So let's go to references. So we have reference. So here we said references. So we can think of references as an alias for an existing variable. So let's just say like alias for an existing variable. So it's just another way of accessing a name, accessing the same word data directly. So one reason why we use references or pointers is because reference is more safer as it automatically refers to existing data and avoid memory management with issues. And then another thing is cleaner code. So that's some of the reason why like it's good to use reference instead of what pointers. So let's see how we can create a pointer. So let's say we have int reference. Sorry, let's say we have int. So we say y equals 10. Then we refer it here. I will say int. We say y ref equals what y. So for one reason for one thing about ref is we can't have a null pointer for ref. So there have to be an existing value before what you can what assign it to a reference. So that's one thing. Yeah. You need to have an existing value before we can what assign it what a reference. So let's see the difference difference between reference and what pointers. So we said pointers pointers are more powerful than references, or references are less powerful than pointers. We also say once a reference is created, it can not be later made to reference another object, or it cannot be resetted or something like that, which can be done with what pointers. And also we say references cannot be what null. Pointers, right? Pointers are often made null to indicate they are not what pointing to any valid thing. So to do that, we use the null ptr. So something like this. We use this. for what pointers. So pointers can what take a null pointer, but reference cannot take what null pointers. Yeah. We also have what we call smart pointers, but um, they are more like are more powerful for managing memory automatically, and they are good for avoiding memory leaks. So they act like a wrapper around the raw pointers. So they provide automatic deletion and exceptional safety. Yes. So um, basically we used to just raw pointers to what point to what memory address. So that is basically how raw pointers are used. So let's see how we can use them in example like a game development type of something. So let's create a class. Let's create a class here called enemy. So, um, so we'll create our class and call it enemy. Then we have, let's say we have our public values. So we create a constructor. Let's create a constructor and we'll say this is our constructor. Let's create our destructor. So we say this is our destructor. Then let's declare some private. So here we have like the health of the enemy. Then we have the position of the enemy, which we can have post X and then post Y. Now let's create a function to spawn the enemy. So we have void. So we say spawn enemy. So we say spawn enemy. So here, so we are going to allocate allocate a memory for what for an enemy here, for an enemy object at what runtime using what the new keyword. So we can come here and say enemy, then say new enemy. So basically this is we have what allocated memory to this enemy. So now let's access enemy data through the pointer. So we say what enemy and we got get the position X. So first let's get the health. So we say the health is 100 or let's make it 50. And then we get the enemy position X. We say it's equals to let's say 4.5 X because it's a float. And paste it over here. And we call this our distractor. So let's create sectors for these two, for the health and then the position. So we say void. We need two void functions, like one for setting the health. So we say set health. We are doing this because of the private variable that we created here. I wanted to just remove them, but let's create setter. So this will say what health is equals to what new health. So this will set what the health. So let's have another one. So we say set position. So this one we have two positions that we need to set. So we have float. Let's call this one X. And then we have float. And then we call this one. Let's make them capital. Then when we come here, we just set them. Say post X. And then we have so basically we create two setters. So instead of just passing the values here as we did already, we did at first. What we do is what we just say set health and then we pass the value, the parameter 50. And then let's take this thing away. So we come here and say what set position, and we have 4.5 f, and then 6.5. So basically we have what set and what all the values within this class. Well, let's compile and see. We haven't get any error. So let's call this span with enemy here. So if we come here and we say span, so we can say cout enemy spawn. So if one here too, we can create like uh, um, a getter functions. So not only we can have a setter function, but we can create a getter too. So that if you want this value, then you can get them. Not only setting them. So for example, let's create a getter function. So we have int, so we have get help. So we say it's a constant to return help. And then we have get position. And then so we say this one is position X and this one is what? Y. Position Y. So here, so you can say enemy spawn, then we just get the enemy here. We get the enemy here. And then we get that the enemy position X and Y. So let's compare this. So we say enemy. So first we have our constructor. We say enemy is on. Then we have the health, the X, and the Y position. Then we have what our distractor. So before all these things, after all this, that our distractor will what we call this one to get call. Yeah. So basically that's how we can pass values like this to the pointers. But let's say we want to pass, like for example, a whole this thing, let's say a whole object to a function with this. So let's create another function, another class here. So we can create another class and create another class called play. So here we have public, and this time I'm just using the public instead of the private, so that we can get this thing done. So we have this health, and we have now we have position X, position Y. So we create another function here which we call update. So it's update player, and here let's pass the player by reference to this. So we say player, and we say player dot what score, what, and we say player dot x equals to, and we say player position dot y, and then let's come to the main function here. Then we create an instance of what the player. So we create an instance of the player. Then we call the function that we create here to update the player. Then this one takes what the player what instance of what the player. So if we come here, let's print some few things out. So here we use a player. So we have a score, and then we have what this print the position X, and then the position Y. So let's run this. Let's compile this. So here we have what we have the player X, and then the player what Y value. This one, let's see if we will do is equal to this. So we have 40 after the distracted, we have what 42.9 and 5.3. So that's basically how we can use pointers and references in our code. So that's it.